Hey everybody, Arachne Queen here with Rosie on my shoulder there. And I know I haven't put out a video in a long time and I'm so sorry, I've just been swamped with work. And today we're going to talk about some questions to ask yourself if you're considering getting a tarantula for a pet. Now these questions are kind of generic and I'm answering them, so take them to heart, really ask yourself, because buying a pet of any kind is a big deal. And you should probably ask these questions with any pet, but in this case, tarantulas. So let's get started. I want a pet that is friendly and cuddly and can be my constant companion. No, sorry, a tarantula probably isn't your best bet. While some tarantulas will tolerate you holding them every now and then, like Rosie here is, tarantulas are not really cuddly. They're not really a snuggle, play with kind of pet, and they really aren't very good companions outside of their enclosure. Now, if you want to have the enclosure set up and, have it somewhere nearby you where you can, talk to them or whatever, that would be great. But if you want something that you can hold all the time and just play with, sorry, you don't want a tarantula. I want a pet that I don't constantly have to clean up after. Sure. A tarantula is actually a really great pet for that. While you do occasionally have to clean up their dirt, because that's what they live in, you clean up their dirt, clean out excess webs and sometimes some bug parts, then you keep them clean that way, and maybe do some spot cleaning on their glass for when they do poop occasionally. That's all you really got to do. And then about once or twice a year, you clean out their cage thoroughly. And that's all you need to do. They don't require much cage changing or anything like that, unless something very strange happens in their cage. Some very moist dwelling species will actually grow fungus in their cage, and I highly recommend you clean that out immediately. But beyond that, tarantulas are really tidy creatures. I don't want to have to feed my pet anything alive. Well, then you need to move along from tarantulas. Live roaches, mealworms, and crickets are what these girls' diets consist of. So they won't take anything that isn't moving, and trying to pretend that it is alive and not dead won't work either. You have to feed them live food, so tarantulas probably aren't your best bet. I want a pet that isn't going to bite me. Doesn't exist. If it has a mouth, it's going to bite you. I suggest getting fish or a plant. And finally, I want a pet that's cheap and doesn't take too much care. Well, you shouldn't be getting a pet at all then. All pets, big and small, require a lot of our time, attention, and sometimes our wallet. Getting a pet just to get a pet is wrong, and then hoping that it doesn't require much care, that's even worse. That's how pets end up being given away, neglected, or sometimes just straight up abandoned. All pets require a commitment, some longer than others. And you have to be there for that creature, eight-legged or not, for its entire life. So make sure you're willing to do that. Rosie here is about 13 years old, and she still has a lot of life left in her, and I am going to keep at it. Her previous owners wouldn't, and that's how she ended up with me. So make sure that you are willing to keep with that pet and give it all the love and care that it needs, and not just some conversation piece that you're hoping to keep around in a feed occasionally. So, is a tarantula the right pet for you? I hope this video has helped you decide, and I hope that if you really liked this video, you'll leave a like because it helps me out a lot. And if you really liked it, you should subscribe and even leave a comment. And thank you for watching so much. You guys have been so patient with me, and I appreciate it so much. Make sure you check out my Twitter, and you can get caught up in Arachne Queen's web. And I will catch you guys next time.